Yazoo, what it do? The Democrats are backtracking now. They're backtracking. They went from defund the police to fund the police. Fund the police. We need more police. Where the police at? Where are they? Crime is out of control. Hire more police. What happened though? I thought you guys had it all figured out. I thought you did. I thought you're gonna take the money away from the police. You convince everybody that the police were the #1 problem in the black community. That worked, but now the results aren't matching the energy, right? Because where are these peace officers that you guys talked about? Where are these social workers with clipboards that were supposed to go around and take care of these nonviolent crimes and mental health? Where are they at? Where did all the money go? You took millions of dollars away. Where'd the money go? That was supposed to go to these social justice woke programs that was supposed to help end systemic racism and gain racial equity and all this other nonsense. Where'd it go? New York, $1 billion disappeared. Where'd it go? Nobody knows. All these other cities, 50 million here, 15 million there, 30 million, 1,850,000. Where did the money go? Have they opened up a Boys and Girls Club somewhere? What did they do with the money? Answer, nobody knows. Nobody knows. And these are the people that you guys vote for, and they swear up and down that they love you, they're going to take care of you, they want to see you do well, they want to end racism, they want equality for all. But look what they did. They took the police out of the high crime areas and left you to fend for yourselves, basically. While they ride around with private security and bodyguards. But for you, no. Nothing. They take the police away. Now crime is skyrocketing, out of control, and now they're starting to realize their mistakes. It was a dumb idea to begin with. I don't understand. Like I said, have you ever even seen a movie where they took the police out of society and the society was better off for it? Have you read a book? You haven't, because you can't even make that make sense in a movie. A movie is about using your imagination. So if you couldn't make it work there, what makes you think in real life is going to work? What do you think criminals are going to do? They're going to go back to school? They're going to go get a job? No, they're not. They're just going to get more brazen and more reckless with it because there's nobody there to stop them. There's nobody there to police them, right? And that's exactly what's happening all across the country. Another policy by Democrats, liberals, and progressives that single-handedly affects black people. And like I said, they're the ones who swear that they're going to help us out, that they care about us, and they love us. This is not showing that you care about us. You take police out of a high crime area, of course the crime is going to go up. Of course. That's just common sense. And it's just common sense. But we've been guinea pigs to these people since the 60s. Any little social experiment they want to do, they just do it on us. They just do it on us. If it works, good. If not, oh well. We'll figure something else out. No apologies, no accountability. Just they'll even forget what they said. And they'll just move on to the next thing. So, like I said, crime is out of control, and they are trying to backtrack. Now they want to fund the police. Now these are all the cities that did it are Democratic cities. I'm gonna show you a list right now. These are the cities. Now, this is from August 2020. But this article came out March of this year, so it could be updated. It could be more cities added to this list because this was the wave. This was another one of those empty promises they gave to the black community during the election. They just wanted your vote. So they do what they always do. They just tell you nice things, happy things, emotional things to get you all worked up, to get you out there to vote. And it works every time. It works every single time. We still keep falling for it. But black people, we got to start realizing who the problem is, and not just falling for the whole Republicans. That's all they want to do. It seems like just blame Republicans for everything. But these are the cities that defunded the police right here: New York, D.C., Baltimore, Philly, Los Angeles, San Fran, Atlanta, Minneapolis, Seattle, Salt Lake City, Portland, Oregon, Hartford, Connecticut, Norman, Oklahoma, Austin, Texas. You want to know what those cities all have in common? They're all run by Democrats. Every one of these cities on this list is run by Democrats, liberals, progressives. So when they try to spin that, oh, it's the Republicans doing this, no, they're not. It's right there. This is this right in front of your face. You can look it up. Every one of these cities is run by a Democrat. Single-handedly created a policy that is literally killing tens of thousands of people. Black people. 90% of these killings are black on black crime, or black on brown crime, or brown on brown, right? 90% of these, I'm telling you, 90% of these are these situations. And these are the cities that have defunded the police. And I guarantee you, every one of these cities, the crime is skyrocketing. Now, surprisingly, Chicago's not on this list. Well, Chicago has another problem. They have a no bail system, which is just as bad as defunding the police. You got murderers out there on ankle monitors. Yeah, they said in Chicago alone, there's over 1,000 people accused of murder that are on the streets with ankle monitors on. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But that's what's going on. So now they're backtracking. They want to fund the police now. They don't even want to admit that defunding the police was a horrible decision. Like I said, they don't hold themselves accountable. Everybody else gets to be held to a higher standard of excellence except for the Democratic, liberal, progressive parties, politicians. They don't get no accountability, nothing. They're not even admitting to it. They're just saying, we need more police because the crime is out of control. Why is the crime out of control? You defunded the police, but they won't even admit to that. They won't admit. So this is the list of cities that have done it. There's probably more cities. This is the city that they just talked about in this article, but this came out in March. So if you look up now cities who defunded the police, if you do enough digging, you're going to find out that I guarantee you 100% of these, of anywhere who defunded was a Democrat. So keep that in mind next time you want to vote, especially black people. We vote Democratic 93% of the time. That's ridiculous. There's no other race in this country who votes that one-sided. And what do we have to show for it? Absolutely nothing. Since the 60s, we've been doing this. And what have we got nothing to show for it. Honestly, it feels like things are getting worse and not better. And I don't see how. You guys voted for Biden and Harris, and they were supposed to get things done. Who knows what they're doing? But yeah, this is crazy. And and goes another article where they're backtracking, and these are all the cities now backtracking. Like New York pivoted from slashing almost $1 billion in police funds last year to adding $200 million this year. Oakland, California boosted its police budget in June by $38 million after last year, setting a goal to cut it by $150 million. Austin, a liberal bastion in conservative Texas this year, passed its largest ever police budget under pressure from state Republicans over rising crime. Last year, Austin also diverted $150 million in police funds to other priorities. Yeah, diverted $150 million in police funds to other priorities. What are these priorities? Exactly. Nobody knows. They don't even tell you. They're not even specific. They just say priority, which means the money went probably back to the Democratic Party for more funding and campaign raising. In Washington, Bowser asked the city, I guess Bowser's the mayor of Washington, D.C., asked the city council last month for $1 million to hire 170 new police officers after a series of shootings. The council agreed to fund 40 officers. Bowser, who declined to comment for this story, has defended her reversal on police funding by saying she is responding to a crime wave and pleads for money from the city's police chief. Yeah, she declined to comment about defunding the police, which she did. She didn't want to talk about that. She just wants to say, oh, we're doing it because the crime is going up. Obviously, we need more police if the crime goes up. You wouldn't have had that problem if you didn't defund, but funded more, because the crime was going up even before the defund the police started happening. Crime was ticking up. Yeah, the mayor of Chicago, she said last year was actually worse for crime than this year. And last year was a COVID year, so everything was shut down. People were stuck in their houses. So how is it that the crime was worse last year than this? I don't understand that part either. But yeah, but that's what's happening, and it's happening all across the country. But now they're starting to backtrack. They're starting to realize the mistakes that they made. Well, they're not realizing mistakes. They're just trying to hide it up, make it nice and pretty. But yeah, defund the police, horrible idea. The logic and common sense were nowhere to be found. They weren't in the room when they were making these decisions. And like I said, tens of thousands of people have lost their lives because of it. And the whole thing I want you to take away from this is start realizing who you're voting for. Just because they got a D next to their name doesn't mean you just got to just go out there and just vote for them. Start figuring out what they're all about, their policies. You can Google like where they stand on certain issues, right? Where they at, how they voted on certain issues. You can start seeing that for yourself and then making sound decisions. I think the days of us just being loyal to the Democratic Party, that shit is over. That shit is over. My whole thing, what are you doing? How are you going to make things better? What weird agenda are you associated with? Right? What are you doing to make the community better? Those are the things I care about. I don't care if you got a D next to your name or R. It doesn't matter to me anymore. I'm voting for whoever I feel is going to get the job done and get things going in the right direction. But look it up for yourself. I'll put the links to the articles in the description. Like, comment, subscribe, like, comment. I hate being woke, and I'm out.